Mail cover. Actually, back in 2000, while I lived here in Portland, one of our mail carriers came up to me and other people I lived with on the porch and asked, well, why is it that I have to copy down all the return addresses on your envelopes? And then showed me a pad of paper where these addresses had been copied for several days back, looking through it. And at the time then, Jake talked a lot about the mentality that we had back then, which was good and bad in different ways. And the mentality that I had was that I didn't want to make a stink about it. I wanted to stay focused on the work I was doing and not let them distract me to focus then on dealing with repression or being on the defensive. I wanted to stay on the offensive. I think that's a really important, good thing. But at the same time, I think I underestimated the power of repression. I thought that that we could just ignore it and it would go away. And as you saw in that movement in particular in those years, that people really, really disappeared. They really just faded away. They took off. They got scared as repression would build up more and more. So with the mail cover back then, I didn't want to do anything. I thought to myself, I don't want to be seen as the person that's say, hey, look at me, the FBI is following me. And I also didn't want to be seen as a person who was whining about I'm scared about dealing with the FBI, so I just kept it to myself. And then keep in mind that during the time we were running the press office, that was one of many, many examples that proved the obvious, which was at that point we were under very heavy federal surveillance. There were dozens of ELF actions causing tens of millions of dollars in damage with no suspects, and here were two people stepping up in front of international media cameras bragging about it. Obviously, you're going to get you're going to be the target of a lot of investigation. So I thought, well, that's part of the game. That's how it is. But we missed out on a lot of opportunities, and I think that